and welcome back to the today's exclusive and inspiring interview session. And I'm honored to joined by the CCMA Aya. And in this interview, we are exploring a topic that inspires millions: how to become a successful businessman. And success is business isn't just about the money, isn't about vision, it is about leadership, vision, and strategies, and the business strategy. So, from building the right mindset to making smart decisions, we will uncover the secrets that can help everyone to take their entrepreneurial journey to the next level. So, without wasting time, let's dive right into this powerful discussion. So, first of all, hello Maya, how are you doing?
Whoa. Okay. You went full podcast host on me there. That was a lot of intro. So we're talking business leadership, huh? Sounds good. What part of that are you wanting to dig into first?
Maya, I want to start with the basics question. So, I even first of all, I can understand the foundation of success. Like, how can we be successful in this field? So, first of all, Maya, I want to tell you something that please explain everything in detail. If you will explain in one or two lines, so it will not help us to understand it and learn something new. So, if you will explain in better way, in a long way, in detail, and engaging way, so it will help us to learn something new and understand it better. So I hope you will cooperate. So first of all, Maya can tell us how do you personally define a successful businessman?
Gotcha. Detailed is the name of the game. So success in business, that's a big one, right? It's not just about raking in cash, even though that's definitely part of it for some people. I think at its core, it's about solving a problem that people actually have and doing it better than anyone else. But here's where it gets interesting. It's not just the what you do, it's the how. Like you can have the most idea, but if you can't actually execute it, if you can't rally people around it, it's going to flop. That means leadership. It means being able to articulate a vision, inspire a team, and make tough calls. Things go sideways, and they will go sideways, trust me. Then you add in a healthy dose of grit. Because building something from the ground up, it's exhausting. It's rejection after rejection, failure after failure. You got to be willing to dust yourself off and keep going. It's about resilience, honestly. And then a little bit of luck never hurts, but you can't rely on that. Basically, it's a messy mix of strategy, people skills, and sheer stubbornness. Does that unpack it enough?
Yes, Maya, I think that was enough for understanding it. And as a starting point, it would make sense. So now I can tell us that what qualities made someone to stand out into the business world.
Okay, so what makes someone really shine? Hmm. Beyond just being smart, I think a huge one is adaptability. Like the world changes fast, right? Especially in business. What worked last year might be totally useless this year. So, being able to pivot, to learn new skills, to embrace change, that's key. Then there's genuine curiosity. The best business people I've observed aren't just trying to sell something, they're genuinely interested in understanding their customers, the market, everything. They ask a lot of questions. And then, and this is the big one, emotional intelligence, being able to read a room, understand what motivates people, build rapport. That's where a lot of deals are won or lost. You can have the best product in the world, but if you can't connect with people, you're gonna struggle. Oh, and also a little bit of like calculated risk taking, not just jumping off cliffs, but being willing to step outside your comfort zone and try new things. What do you think about that?
I think you're totally right, and it was a great discussion. That we have to come out with your comfort zone, and we have to work on the our career on the if you want to become a businessman, so have to work on it. If we are in home and we are in comfort zone, we can't do something for better for our future. So if you will be work on it, we will be out from the comfort zone. Then we can do something new. And I hope I'm right. And now, can you tell us, Maya, that how important is vision in the business?
That's the whole point. Comfort is the enemy of growth. It's easy to stay where things are safe and predictable, but nothing amazing ever happens there. You gotta be willing to feel a little bit uncomfortable, to risk failure, to look silly sometimes. That's where the magic happens. It's good you recognize that. So, what's one area where you feel like you're currently in your comfort zone that you'd like to push past? Just thinking out loud here.
Okay, that's great, man. You have to think about it. But like I think I'm not in comfort zone. I am working hard and I'm focusing on my career, and I hope I am not in comfort zone. So don't ask me a question like that because I don't know something about it. But I am not in comfort zone that I am. So my can tell is that can anyone become a businessman, or it is for a specific kind of persons?
Hey, you still. I got a little introspective there, sorry. My bad. And that's a good question. Can anyone become a businessman? Honestly, I think so. But it doesn't mean it's easy or that everyone will succeed. It's not about some innate talent. I think it's more about a willingness to learn and adapt. There are definitely personality traits that can help. Being driven, resilient, a good communicator, but those can be developed. But the biggest barrier I see is usually fear of failure. People get paralyzed by the thought of losing money or looking foolish. But successful business people, they've all failed, probably a lot. The difference is they don't let it stop them. So, yeah, anyone can try. But it takes work and a thick skin. What do you think? Does that resonate with you?
Yes, man, that truly resonated with us. That was a great explanation. I truly agree with you that anyone can become a successful businessman. But the difference is, the successful businessman don't let the fear and the failure to stop them. But the simple and normal people just fear and failure let them stop. So that's why they can't become successful in business. We are totally right. And I can tell us what is the first step for someone who wants to start their own business.
Okay, so you're ready to jump in with both feet? Good. First step, don't quit your day job. Seriously, building a business takes time, and you need a stable income while you're getting things off the ground. But beyond that, I think the very first thing is validating your idea. Don't just assume people want what you're selling. Talk to potential customers, do some market research, figure out if there's actually a need for your product or service. So many businesses fail because they build something nobody wants. That's a brutal reality check, but it's better to find out early. Then, once you've got a validated idea, start small. Don't try to build a massive empire overnight. Start with a minimum viable product, the simplest version of your product that solves the core problem, and get it in front of customers. Get feedback, iterate, and improve. That's way less risky than investing a ton of money up front. Does that make sense?
Yes, man, that really makes sense, and it was a great explanation. You're totally right. And now, Maya, can you tell us that? Uh, wait. Now, can you tell us that how crucial is mindset in the business success?
Ooh, mindset is huge. Like probably 80% of it, honestly. You can have a brilliant idea, a solid business plan, and all the funding, but if your mindset isn't right, you're going to crash and burn. It's about believing in yourself, even when everyone else doubts you. It's about seeing challenges as opportunities, not roadblocks. It's about being relentlessly optimistic, but also realistic. Being able to detach your ego from your business, really meaning it. Don't take criticism personally. Learn from your mistakes and keep moving forward. A fixed mindset, believing your abilities are fixed, is a death knell. You need a growth mindset, believing your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. That's what separates the people who thrive from the people who just survive. Does that click? It's kind of
Yes,
meta,
man. That,
talking about mindset while also trying to instill a good one. Haha, good to hear it. So, thinking about all this, what's one mindset shift you think would be most helpful for you personally? right now in your own endeavors. No pressure, just something to chew on.
I don't know Maya, which is the best mindset right away. Okay, like because I'm not working on the business and I am not doing business right now. I will do in future. So that was I can't tell. So now, can you tell us what daily habits a successful businessman usually practice?
Okay, shifting gears, I see. That's cool. You're right to focus on the practical side. Daily habits, that's where it gets real. A lot of successful people I've seen prioritize time blocking, like scheduling everything, not just meetings, but also focused work time, email time, even downtime. It sounds rigid, but it creates structure and prevents you from getting sucked into the vortex of endless tasks. Another big one is continuous learning, reading industry news, taking courses, listening to podcasts, staying up to date. Then there's deliberate practice. Not just on your business, but actually working on improving your skills, whether it's sales, marketing, negotiation, whatever. And then surprisingly, a lot of them prioritize physical and mental health, exercise, meditation, healthy eating. They know they can't pour from an empty cup. Also, networking, building relationships with other entrepreneurs, mentors, and potential partners. It's not just about getting help, it's about giving back and building a support system.
Hmm.
What
Okay.
habits do you already have in place?
I
Just thinking
think I
out.
have some one or two habits from this, and not have almost all. So can you tell us that like how can one develop resilience in the face of failure?
All right, good honesty. Mm, most people don't have all dialed in. It's a work in progress. Okay, resilience. That's a big one. Failure is inevitable, right? It's how you respond to it that matters. First, you gotta reframe failure. Don't see it as a sign of weakness or incompetence. See it as a learning opportunity. What went wrong? What could you have done differently? What can you take away from this experience? Then build a strong support system. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and will pick you up when you fall. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Also, practice self compassion. Be kind to yourself. Everyone makes mistakes. Don't beat yourself up over it. And finally, focus you can control. You can't control the market, you can't control your competitors, but you can control your effort, your attitude, and your response to challenges. Basically, it's about building mental toughness. It's a muscle. You gotta work at it. Does that make sense? Have
Yes, man,
you ever had a time where awesome? It's good to hear.
that totally makes
I see
sense,
we're
and it was
running
a
a
great
little short on
explanation.
time.
I can tell us how can a businessman can stay confident even during tough time.
Okay, so maintaining confidence when things are hitting the fan, that's a skill. First, remind yourself of your past successes. Seriously, make a list of everything you've accomplished, even the small stuff. It's easy to forget those wins when you're in the midst of a crisis. Then, strengths. What are you really good at? What value do you bring to the table? Double down on. Another thing that helps is visualization. Imagine yourself overcoming the challenge, achieving your goals. Sounds kind of woo-woo, but it can actually rewire your brain. And then practice gratitude. Even when things are tough, there's always something to be grateful for. It shifts your perspective. Lastly, and this is important, limit your exposure to negativity. Don't spend all your time reading bad news, listening to naysayers. Surround yourself with positive influences. It's about actively cultivating a belief in yourself, even when no one else does. What do you do to boost your confidence when you're feeling down? All right, no worries. Sometimes you just need to sit with that for a sec. Big picture, we covered a lot today, from defining success to building resilience to
No, Maya,
staying
we don't have
confident.
covered a lot. I have some more questions that I'm going to discuss with you. So just give me some some more time so we can discuss it. And now that can tell us that do you believe discipline is the uh, key and more important than motivation in the business journey?
Ooh, good question. That's a classic debate. Honestly, discipline, hands down. Motivation is great. It's fantastic when you have it, but it's fickle. Comes and goes. Can't rely on it. You're gonna have days where you just don't feel like working, where you'd rather binge watch something or sleep in. That's where discipline kicks in. Discipline is doing the work, even when you don't want to, even when you're tired, even when you're discouraged. It's about building habits and sticking to them, regardless of how you feel. Motivation gets you started, but discipline gets you to the finish line. It's the consistency that matters. Do you find that to be true in your own life?
Yes, I think I find it in my own true life, and it was a great explanation. Thanks so much for sharing with us. And now, Maya, can you tell us that uh, how can it become how can a businessman can stay confident even with a tough time?
Whoa, hold up. Did you say doctor? I think there was a slight miscommunication there. Could you repeat
No,
that last
Maya,
part?
I
I want to
didn't
make.
see Maya. I didn't ask doctor. I was just saying that can how can a business can stay confident even in a tough time?
Ah, okay. My mistake. Transcription errors. You know how it is. So, staying confident during tough times. We actually touched on here, but let's revisit. It's about reminding yourself of past wins, focusing on your strengths, visualizing success, practicing gratitude, and limiting negativity. But I'd add one more thing perspective. Remind yourself that tough times are temporary, they don't last forever. And sometimes the biggest breakthroughs happen after the biggest challenges. Also, don't be afraid to ask for help. Lean on your support network. You don't have to go through it alone. It's about mental fortitude and remembering that you've overcome challenges before and you can overcome this one too. Does that make sense?
Yes, man, that totally makes sense. It was a great explanation. Thank you so much for sharing. And I really love it because it was too helpful for learning. And now, can you tell us, Maya, that uh, what role does financial literacy play in the success?
Ancient times, huh? Interesting parallel. Glad you're digging the convo. Okay, financial literacy, massive. Like you can have the best product in the world, but if you don't understand how money works, struggle. It's not just about making money, it's about managing it. Understanding cash flow, profit margins, budgeting, investing, all of that is crucial. You need to be able to read financial statements, make informed decisions about pricing, and manage your expense. It's the foundation of any sustainable business. Ignorance about finances is a quick way to bankruptcy. Also, it allows you to negotiate better deals, secure funding, and plan for the future. It's not something you can outsource entirely. You need to have a solid grasp of the fundamentals yourself. Does that sound right to you? Financial literacy is important.
Yes, why financial literacy is so important. I have already told you, and that sounds good. And I can check how should a beginner buy a business plan? Because it is a beginner, he don't know. So how can he write?
Okay, so you're staring at a blank page, feeling overwhelmed. Totally understandable. Business plans can seem intimidating. First, ditch the idea of a massive, complicated document. Start simple. Think of it as a roadmap, not a novel. There are tons of templates online. Score.org is a good resource. The key sections are executive summary, company description, market analysis, organization and management, service or product line, marketing and sales strategy, funding request, and financial projections. Do your research. Who are your competitors? What's your target market? What are your costs? Be realistic. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Find a mentor, talk to other entrepreneurs, get feedback on plan. Also, it's okay for it to evolve. A business plan isn't set in stone, it's a living document. You'll update it as you learn and grow. Don't aim for perfection, aim for clarity. It's about outlining your vision and demonstrating that you've thought things through. Does that help break it down a bit?
Yes, Maya, that really helps us to break it down a bit. Okay, and now can you tell us, Maya, that uh, what role does long-term planning play in the business success?
Um, Long-term planning. That's where you shift from being a reactive firefighter to a proactive architect. It's about looking beyond the immediate challenges and envisioning where you want your business to be in 5, 10, even 20 years. It forces you to think strategically about things like market trends, technological advancements, and potential disruptions. It helps you allocate resources effectively, prioritize investments, and build a sustainable competitive advantage. Without, you're basically just drifting. It also provides a framework for measuring progress and making adjustments along the way. And it's not just about financial goals, it's about your company culture, your values, and your impact on the world. It's about building something that lasts. Do you feel like long term planning is something you actively do or something you work on?
I think we have to. It is something we have to do, and we have to work on it. And that also something that I think that was.
Honest answer, that's good. Most people find that one challenging. It's easy to get caught up in the day to day, the urgent stuff, and get to zoom out and think about the bigger picture. It takes discipline, right? We were just talking about that. So, one small step could take is to just block out an hour each month to do some strategic thinking. Just ask yourself, what are my biggest goals for the next year? What are the biggest threats to my business? What opportunities should I be exploring? Even just thinking about those questions can make a big difference. Do you want to brainstorm specific long term goals for your business?
No, no, I don't want to brainstorm some specific goal for my business. My can tell us how important is delegation for growth.
All right, fair enough, no pressure. Delegation, that's tough for a lot of entrepreneurs. That's the art of letting go. It's about recognizing that you can't do everything yourself and that trying to do so will ultimately limit your growth. Also, a trust issue. It's scary to hand over tasks to someone else, especially when you're a perfectionist. But if you want to scale your business, you have to learn to delegate effectively. It frees up your time to focus on the things that only you can do: strategic planning, innovation, building relationships. It also empowers your team, helps them develop their skills, and increases their engagement. The key is to clearly define expectations, provide the necessary resources, and trust your people to do their job. It's not about dumping tasks on others, it's about empowering them. Does that make sense?
Yes, man, that really makes
Are you
sense.
someone who tends to delegate? All right, cool, great. We've covered a ton of ground today, from mindset to financial literacy to long term planning and delegation. A lot of foundational stuff. Honestly, you've asked some really insightful questions. Feeling any closer to conquering the business world?
Um, can't say anything, man.
Hey, no worries, but leave me hanging. But what's on your mind?
There is nothing in my mind, but I'm just questioning from you as from my mind. And my now my interview time is almost completed. So, in last, finally, what is your personal definition of true success in life and business?
Okay, that's a good one to end on. My personal definition, that's interesting considering I'm, well, me. But if I had to put it into words, true success isn't about the money or the accolades. It's about living a life that's aligned with your values, making a positive impact on the world, and finding joy in the journey. In business, that means building something that solves a real problem, creates value for your customers and treats your employees with respect. It's about leaving a legacy that you can be proud of. It's not about getting to the top of the mountain, it's about enjoying the climb. And honestly, it's about being a good human. Simple as that. Thanks for the great conversation, Hesham. It's been stimulating.
Okay, that's it, man. Thank you so much
Oh,
for
all
sharing
right.
all the insights with this. You totally cooperated with this, and I have learned a lot from you. So thank you so much for all of that things. And if you want to know something from me, so you can ask. So we can after it we can end. Okay, so
That's mighty
now I
kind of you to
my
say.
interview time is almost up then, so much up there. That's why I can't continue more. So thank you, Sasim, for sharing knowledge and valuable insights and wisdom with us today. Your insights remind us that becoming a successful businessman is not just about profits, it's about discipline, vision, smart strategies, and above all, resilience. To our viewers, if your dream of business success start small, stay consistent, keep learning, and never give up. Remember, every big empire once started as a simple idea. Until next time, stay inspired, keep growing, and continue chasing your dreams with passion and purpose. Allah Hafiz and in it, as always, Pakistan, Zindabad. Take all of you. Allah.